going to take my water and I am going to wet down my watercolors. Give them a good swatching, okay? Oops. Uh-oh. And then I'm going to wipe that. Ooh, well, that's dirty. Anyway, so if you want an experience of art with me, I'm ready for you. Now, Lisa with 2 S's, I really hope we get to meet you and you get to come. I really do. I mean, I hope everybody. All right. So, first thing I did, I took some painter's tape. I laid this down. And I'm running my fingers along the inside. Okay. Now, why am I doing that? Because I want to make sure that seal to the paper is on the inside. If it's not on the outside, I don't care. I just want to paint on the inside. I need a paintbrush that is relatively clean. All right. So let's just start in the middle. I really want a sun. I need a lid or something. Sorry about that. I'm just going to grab this lid. There's our sun, right? That looks like a sun to me, doesn't it? Somebody's got to clean off this yellow. I really designed this in mind. First, I'm going to run this yellow. Don't worry about that. I just kind of kept that there because I want to know where the middle is going to be. All right. So let's just wet this down as we go. How do I know what I'm painting? I do know what I'm painting, but let's just have some fun, okay? Okay. I really think that is quite bright. Now, let's go for like, oh, this looks darker than that, but let's do this. Let's wet this down and let's head up this way. Actually, I'll come down a little bit. Oh my, this is just needed to relax. Needed to relax. I was really hoping that was going to be more pink. Oh, that's more pink. Here we go. And let's throw some blue in there. Do you see what we're going for? We're going to go for a sunset. And if I have to wet this down and just let it bleed a little bit together, I can do that too. I'm really taking like yellows, fuchsia colored, is it fuchsia? Pinks. I'm just kind of going in and making my own little sunset. Now I've wet down my brush and I'm going to pull back some of this color. I can just go in. This is the, what did I, Odyssey. And there are options, by the way, for the retreat that you don't have to stay on site. So I am pulling this back a little bit. Just pulling, I'm pulling the paint away. You're welcome. I mean, does it look like a sunset? Kind of looks like a sunset, doesn't it? I was going to put a sun in here, which I still think I'm going to. I'm still running my brush. I'm actually pulling paint off. Actually, I'm making the sky dirty is what I'm doing because my water is dirty because somebody didn't change your water out. But that's okay. Now, how am I going to put a sun right there? Well, I'm going to put a sun right there. Oh, I believe Anne will give you her. Oh, well, we have somebody who wants to purchase the journal. You're going to love this journal. It's at, oh, okay. Could somebody please make sure, please send your email to what am I doing? support@yourartfuljourney.com. I love doing this. I do always paint journal first pages if you purchase that option, but it's free on Wednesday night. Okay, where's my son? There's my son. Oh yeah. Just she's in there. She's in there. Do you see what I did there? There's the sun. That was just a lid to my brush cleaner. Now we just need this to dry, don't we? What do you think? Kind of crazy. I'm debating on whether I'm doing this all in watercolors or because I don't really see a black here. I mean, or if I'm going to, I just want to keep this simple. A light sunset after the rain we've had. Oh, we've had so much rain. Yeah, I love this is the Odyssey set. I love this. This is on my website. And by the way, I do give you a complete list of this goes on my website under free tutorials with all my supplies. And if I just keep running my brush along here, if I just keep doing that, I'm kind of drying it out and I'm soaking up whatever is extra. So I really stuck to the, I don't know, Inca, London, Amsterdam, and Tokyo. Those were the colors I used. And then see that sun just kind of ended up blended in there. Now I could do this in watercolors or let me see, or I could do it in acrylics even, but I do need black. So let me grab my, when we were talking about a retreat, I said to my team, what's most important? And I was like, escaping, being together and escaping. This is black, but I want this background to dry. All right. And there's like a little goobery mess here. I don't know what that is, but I'm not going to lean into the boo-boo. I'm just going to cover it. Tonight I made meatloaf. I'm actually cooked. Anybody surprised? Good. So pulling back that color actually helped. And my son, you can really see it. I like that. Now that blue that I had out there is still wet. So I am going to come in there and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to do the blue. I'm going to wet down my brush. I changed to what is this? Size 0 water lily brush. So what am I doing? Go into the blue that I was in. Okay, so this is going to be in the background. Okay. Don't worry if it's not perfect. Okay. Let's just paint. The other thing about that is the location of said retreat is such that there is a pond and there will be places for you to paint on your own. There are animals. Just make this very relaxed, okay? And very watered down. Like even if you have to go back in and add water, that's okay. I love meatloaf too. You know what? I like meatloaf so much that I actually don't prefer it the night I cook it. I only do this a little. I don't really like to cook, but if I invite friends over, then they get to hang out and finish it. And then I like meatloaf sandwiches. It reminds me of my parents. My dad used to make meatloaf. Okay. So now we've got this. How funny. I'm making meatloaf. It's a favorite. Oh my goodness. And then I'm just going to come back here and just don't worry if it doesn't look like a, yeah. Now the big question I must ask everybody is when you make your meatloaf sandwich the next day, do you put ketchup or mustard? I personally put mustard. I like that blue so much that I'm going to come in here and just wallop the background a little bit in blues. Why am I doing that? Because I am. Mustard, thank you. Okay, we agree. That's all I wanted. I wanted one person to say mustard. I have to wet this down with a bigger brush. Oh. And I'm going to one shizzle spray of water. One or two or three. There we go. Okay, just let it go. Let it go. Oh, mayo. Heard that. Okay, let it go. Do not panic. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Just let it go. We're going to sit here for a minute. We're going to fester in the fun. Maybe I'll pull back just a little bit of water. I can do it with this brush. This was just in the background. Don't worry. She's pretty. See what I said about that little area? Well, Anne likes it. Anne, how was your birthday? She got a little surprise on her doorstep. I have to remind her to check the front doorstep because I think one time I sent her a gift and she was like, I never got it. And it was, yeah. What do you think? We're waiting for this to dry now. So I created all weekend. Some were failures. I call this going into my lab and not caring. Like I just let myself create. And the good news is I didn't really care about backgrounds or like what I was painting on, but I came up with some fun things and I shared it along the way. Okay, good. We're getting a positive response. Of course, I don't think you guys are going to join me live and say, oh, you guys are sweet. All right, now I've got that same little zero brush. Okay, and I do have these on my, I do have these water lily brushes on my, we're going to start at the top. Okay, this is black. I'm in black. I was making sure I was in the black. All right, not too wet. This I want to be dark, and I am just going to work my way. Oh, that's a lot of water. Okay. Are we ready? Ready? Helps if you make the noise. Actually, I grow lavender in my yard. Don't know what to do with it, but I have it. Do you see it's just it's a silhouette of it? You know, I really hope that is it Tamara? I really hope that she likes it. Did anybody think to think would check with Tamara? Tamara, I hope you like lavender. Oh, you like the sound effects? I'm glad I'm not the only one who does sound effects to everything. Oh, that's me. Yeah. I kind of embarrassed myself. I I hope you realize like the blue was just like just we just wanted something in the background. Oh, she does. Okay, she's good. All right. We're good. We're still on the track of she's okay. Now keep in mind if I did this in acrylic, which I kind of think I should have, and it doesn't matter, I can still go over it. I'm gonna keep I want this to be very dark. And we're gonna do this. Okay, did you get that? Ready? Okay, we're just putting a little bit of grass in there. Now, I don't know how much lavender you want in there. Like, it's just, but I'm going to do it again. Is it anybody's first time joining me here and wondering um, about my mental capability? um, I'm fine. It's been a rough couple of days, but nothing that like okay. And go off the page and paint right on the tape. I grow lavender in my yard. I really do. And we're not going to do a ton of it. We're going to do another. Whoop, whoop. I think I want one more like coming up here. Don't do too much water. This I want this to be. Okay, and then just come down there. Okay. I know that's crazy, but I think she good. I mean, I could go across, I could do whatever. I am going to darken this up a little bit and just come across here. Okay. Even a little bit of black. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because it's like the hillside coming in. The hills are low with the sound of music. So, why do I offer painting the first page of your art journal? Because so many people tell me it's so intimidating to start, or I don't want to mess it up, or the first page of the whole book sets the tone. Well, guess what? I don't mind doing this. I mean, I actually love it. I think it's an honor. I'm just doing some more. Um, and I'm honored when you guys join me on Wednesday nights and do something like this. And we just play. And somebody today said, I would love your supply list. I don't give them in advance. And the reason I don't give them in advance is because I would like it to be organic and from the place of where we're at. So even if what you're painting on a Wednesday night doesn't match what I'm painting, it's the space that you're coming from. I just want that playtime for us to be together and paint together. And I'm gonna wait and see what this does. I want this to be feathered in a little bit more, so I'm just gonna take some water and feather it in. You know, that's the good thing about watercolors, even though you can't control them. Oh, oh yeah. I was outside and my lavender really hit me today. Now I'm going to take my Ranger archival stamp pad. And I'm just going to black. I know. Everybody's like, why do you use black? Well, I like the little vignette around the edge. I do. I like the, gonna try and not, some of that tape, the watercolor never dries. Who's painting with me tonight? Is somebody painting with me tonight and you're just like, I like rubbing the leaves together and smelling the aroma. Oh my God. So I really grew lavender just to grow it around my propane tank and to hide it. And that is the best thing you do. You just put it in your hand and you like pop it together and rub it. And it is so amazing. I did make lavender syrup last year that we added to some cocktails. But I'm not really good with stuff, but I noticed my lavender is really coming in. So now I'm just going to come in. I'm attempting to paint me. And Angel is painting. Polly is painting. Oh, good. I'm just coming in and this is just the edge. I know. This is why I love that Stencil Brush Pro. These are what I dedicate to my inks. I know. I know this is a little simple tonight, but I was feeling it and I was feeling like maybe we do something a little bit different. It's going to come in. I'm like debating, but I really think I just wanted it here. That's what I really want to say I'm done. And I just feel like, hello. I am going to put a little border around the edge of this with my aquarellable pencil. I'm going to give a spray seal. Hitomi said this looks like spring is coming. I'm seeing things budding in my yard. My fruit trees are going nuts. Just a feint is just a feint. Okay. And then I'm going to give it a quick little spray seal. The reason I'm going to do that is just, first off, I'm sending this to somebody in a well-ventilated area. My window is open. I should go outside, but just gonna, that's all I did. Have to remove the tape. What kind of fruit trees do I have? Oh, I should take a tour of that on one of my lives. I have 4 varieties of oranges. I have 3 grapefruit. 1 is a ruby. 2 is a ruby. I have a lemon, a Meyer lemon, lime, 3 avocado trees. They don't produce anything. They did 1 year. I got 6 full avocados after 20 years of having them. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I think it's mostly oranges. Mostly oranges, but I do have lemon, lime, and grapefruit as well. And now is the time that they are just nutty. I should go outside. In fact, you know what? I work from home all week. I will take you guys on a little tour of my yard. I'll go live this week. Anne will remind me to do that. I absolutely love that opportunity to show you. I'm I love that. I know. Oh, and I have tons of lavender. I feel like I need one more sprig. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I just please just bear with me. Yeah. I don't know if this is gonna go over the top or not. I could do it. Let's just do it. Let's just try it. I just feel like I need one more like little. Okay. I can do it if you're happy and I love to. I'm not really okay. I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna come in here. The good news is I didn't give this a real. You guys, I will do that. I will write that down. Right now I just take it for granted that who wants to go see my fruit trees, but I just did a lower one. I just needed it. I don't know why, but it was bugging me. Okay, there we go. I feel better. I just feel better. It just needed. And then I count it. It's not, we're going to.